It's gonna be hard to upload this, but I really don't give a fuck. So I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic. I don't got no village. But you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world is a fucking lie. A fucking lie. I would change it. Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on. Pray it away. Where the fuck is gonna go? I can't pray no fucking autism away. How about you pray for me? How about that? And I don't even do shit like this, but I know it's a lot of moms on here that'll get me. Cause my family don't. I'm just all over the place right now. I can't even stop moving. Yeah, fucking lie.
Wow. I wanted to play that in its entirety first, before I respond. I want to replay it again and then share my thoughts. But the first thing that I want to say before I replay it back is that I am grateful or happy to see more women coming out and completely shattering these false narratives that have been going on for decades now. We're whole, strong, independent, boss babe, and I don't need a man, or, I'm happy doing this. I'm happy with myself. I'm cool by myself. I don't need other people. I don't need a man, I need whatever. I'm grateful to at least see that there's more women who are coming outside and are completely shattering that entire facade. Because many women are suffering under those ideas, believing that they're supposed to be okay if they're living like that because they were told for decades that that's the way it's to be. So I'm not that I'm happy for her going through this, but I'm glad that we're at least starting to hear the other side of things, because not everybody is doing well by themselves. Some people are just by themselves managing these very challenging scenarios, but they're not doing well. But I want to play this again because there's a few things that I want to call out specifically.
It's gonna be hard to upload this, but I really don't give a fuck. So I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic. I don't got no village.
I want to say this real quick. She said, I don't got no village. First of all, I want y'all to notice the amount of times you see women going online to crash out and then seeking emotional validation, seeking solace, seeking some form of input, some form of support from outside sources or the people. I want you to compare the amount of times you see women doing this versus men. Think about it. Just if you can just say it off the top of your head, the amount of women that you've seen maybe within just even the last month or two. The amount of women you come online, see, pour out their heart, share their stories, they're in tears, they're having a hard time, they're in between an emotional breakdown or are actively in an emotional breakdown. They're going online, is the woman supporting them? There are people in the comments who are trying to send feedback or whatever, versus men. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I think, one, that shows a key difference, that underscores a key difference between men and women, the way that we process. She's having an emotional breakdown, obviously. She's coming to social media to try to just express it and get it out and maybe get some support. This is what women do. The thing is, some of us, we may do it behind closed doors. With your husbands, with your families, with your girls, whatever your support network is. If you don't have a support network, then you're gonna go online and do it. This is how women get support. Men are not necessarily like that. I think, one, they're not socialized to be like that. But then two, I don't think that's just not, they generally have other ways in which they handle things. I don't pretend to be an expert on that, but you guys can let me know what you do. But the reason I'm saying that is because she said something interesting there. She says, I don't have a village. I don't have a support system. And it sounds as if she's doing this by herself. having, I've observed, I have friends or family of mine who they do have autistic children, and so they manage that. What I've noticed about when there's just a support system, it's one of the reasons that it's easier is because sometimes that other person will just help bring a sense of emotional balance, sense of emotional resolve. And one thing that I believe that men do for women that we don't ever talk about or acknowledge is that they can actually help bring a sense of emotional balance and resolve. Because the situation where a woman may crash out, and may just be burned out, maybe a time where a man will, and oftentimes is there to kind of help provide a sense of stability and support while she's going through whatever emotional process or whatever emotional journey or whatever emotional evolution she needs to go to before she gets back to a level of stability. And anybody who's in a married or in a close relationship or has observed this for any length of time will see that. And listen, I've even talked to friends that I've talked to some of my girlfriends about this, where they're in between an emotional journey or in between an emotional like evolution, and their husband is just like, just chill as can be, just like, okay, like kind of bringing that balance. And so I'm saying that because when men aren't there in these kinds of scenarios, women sometimes they have to kind of find other ways to get it. They go through social media, they go through these different things. But that is actually, I think, one of the unspoken strengths that men can bring to a relationship that we oftentimes don't even talk about. Sometimes they can literally just bring a sense of emotional stability. Because women are always going on different journeys. Men are generally expected to stay the same. I think I don't really hear men talking about going on all these different journeys the way that women do. Health journeys, skincare journeys, getting your feet done journeys, doing your lashes journeys, growing your lashes journeys, growing your hair journeys, finding yourself journey. Like women are allowed to kind of evolve and have those different changing shifts in emotional expressions. Men are just kind of like supposed to just be like, just work and make money and just kind of not be there, or like just don't get in the way. So, and that's what strategy, right? That has its own challenges. But what I'm saying is also, I do think masculine expression, and again, a masculinity when it comes to handling these kind of scenarios, can also sometimes help provide a balance, strictly when women are just breaking down. But let's continue.
With you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world is a fucking lie. A fucking lie. I would change it. Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on.
Yeah, so I mean, raising a child by yourself in this economy, and then add raising a child that's autistic, I don't have any concept of what that must be like. But again, I am glad that she's coming out and starting to let people know that it's not, we got to stop lying to women about how easy it is and how well they're supposed to be hashtag thriving, while you're on your single journey now, and you're free from whatever relationship, and you are decentering men eternally, and you're going to do things all by yourself. Like, I understand everyone's in their own different process. And so sometimes you may need to have space from relationships. But what I'm saying is, like, women have been told for so long that they should be doing well by themselves, that they may be actually surprised when they're not. And what I'm saying is they weren't set up for success, because this economy itself wasn't even really created for a whole bunch of different folks to be having kids, especially having kids with developmental challenges, and be fine and be okay and be living their best life. Like, the society itself doesn't even create or support lifestyles like that. So to tell women these one things, and then for them to get in these scenarios and be like, but I don't have any help, what's going on? But you're telling them, oh, it's okay, you should be strong, queen, you got this, black girl magic, whatever. It's like, it's all a facade. So that's why I'm glad she's coming on being like, y'all, this is hard. And don't sit here and lie to me or lie to others and act like you're okay and that you're happy with your choices. You're not. And I know they're not, because I'm struggling. And so I think it's good for these kinds of examples to be out there so people can know the full story.
Pray it away. Where the fuck is gonna go? I can't pray no fucking autism away. I'm about to pray for me, but that.
Yeah, and it sounds like she's surrounded by a whole bunch of different people who really don't want to help, who don't care to help, or who are just, passing judgments. And unfortunately, I've heard people, want to be so quick to want to throw God or throw religion or throw things at a situation when they don't really mean it. They may not really believe in the power of prayer. They may not really believe in the power of God. They're just saying that because they don't want to get involved, or they just want to pass it off. And to me, that's not genuinely having real spiritual concern for a person.
And I don't even do shit like this, but I know it's a lot of moms out here that'll get me. Cause my daddy don't. I'm just all over the place right now. I can't even stop moving. Yeah, fucking lie.
She says they lie. It's a lie. So that was a heavy video, but I wanted to react to it because I think we need to see more of these stories. Women need to know what's really going on. They need to not be lied to. They need to not be told that you can just go out here, thrive queen, do things by yourself. And then when they are trying to survive in today's society by themselves, they may feel like there's something wrong with them, that they're not as happy as other people on the side. No, first of all, we weren't created to live like that. God did not create us to be by ourselves, right? It is not good for man to be alone. That also includes women. And then we start bringing kids into the world, and particularly if they have developmental challenges. That's very tough to navigate by yourself. There's a reason. There is a reason for that. So anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far. And we'll talk later. Bye.